Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. And welcome to the very first episode of a longer part series, and it's called the Coaching Series. So this is going to be 13 episodes of micro coaching. It's going to be focused on one question or one area and really just dive deep into that. So if that's what you need an answer to, just click on it, and I'm going to try and keep them short and sweet, and at the same time filled with so much beautiful insight and hopefully help you on your beautiful self-love journey. So thank you so much for being here today. Today's question is, how do I stop comparing myself to others? Social media, your peers, or even your younger self. Okay, first, I want to let you know that I see you and I so feel you right now. I have personally been here myself, comparing myself nonstop. I remember when I would scroll social media and I would just feel so down, so awful because somebody else was doing the thing I wanted to and I couldn't get there yet. And I just would feel so heavy. Or it's like, why can I not get that? Or, just all this stuff. And then even with friends and family, just that need to do the same things. And lately, I've been even thinking about my younger self. It's like, oh man, what happened to her? So today, I'm going to share with you some things I've done and other things I've learned along the way as well. So first off, with social media, I really encourage you to take some time away from it. It could be for an hour, a day, a week, or even a month. I know that might feel really big. That was one of the biggest things that has helped me. And that's just doing little actions, but I'm going to go deeper into even more of this as well, like things you can do on a personal inner level as well. But the first one is get away from people sharing their biggest moments. They're sugarcoating their big moments. They're, celebrating, and that's totally cool, but you're seeing their big, beautiful moments, not the crap that's under the surface. Because life is happening and there's struggles and frustrations and everything else. So I really encourage you to step away. If you can't, what I did was when I discovered that I was constantly scrolling on social media anytime I had a free moment, I realized, okay, that's no longer serving me. So I'd pick out a book and I'd have it around the house or wherever I was, in my purse, in my bag, anywhere, and just have it around. So even if somebody was running late to an appointment or, I was waiting for an appointment. So say I'm meeting up with a friend or, have a dentist appointment, I'd always bring a book with me instead of scrolling social media. So it became my go-to habit because let's be honest here, comparing ourselves is a habit. It does go deeper than that. And like I said, I'll get into that very soon, but it is a habit. So it's changing that habit. It's not removing it, but it's switching it. Because if we just take something out, it will feel kind of hollow and like, oh, now what do I do? It's filling that up with something else that will fill you up and make you feel good. So it could be any books that, bring joy into your life. It could be something that kind of helps you, make changes in your life. It could be on habits, or it could even just be a good book, like a novel that you just want to get into and lost into. Now, for me, it was personal development books or self-help. And that's just for me because it's a loving way to grow and learn something in small micro doses. And personally, when I get into a novel, especially near the end, I don't want to put it down. So, it becomes a new problem, always reading and never wanting to put my book down. So in this case, it was picking something that would fill me up, help me learn and grow as a person, but not so much that I would never sleep at night. And I hope that makes sense to you. Yeah. As for friends and family, it's the same idea, but I'll talk more into this with the personal inner being of, the inner struggles of this. Okay, because social media, it's like it's in your face, it's there, and then it's not even really true. And then your younger self too, that longing to be that person that might have been before. So that will go deeper. So it's really removing social media And then when you're with family or friends and something triggers you, just ask yourself why. Why did that trigger you? What came up for you? And why do you need what they need? And on that note, I'm reminded of something that Gabby Bernstein has shared with me, and it's called driftwood. So when you see somebody else, maybe they finally got published, or, they got into a program that you've been trying to get into, whatever it is, maybe they've lost a lot of weight and you're like, why not me? I'm doing all the things. It's called driftwood. It comes up and it shows you in your life that you're doing the things, that your thing is right around the corner, that you can have it too. So instead of why not me, it's about getting excited and be like, why not me? It's happening for me. It's coming. It's around the corner. And get excited about it and not, belittle other people's successes. And I know that can be tricky when all we see is everybody else winning and us not. Again, I've been there and I still occasionally have struggles with this. But the more you do this, the more you catch yourself comparing, picking up that phone and looking at social media, the more you be like, oh, I'm doing it again. And it's not about shaming yourself or blaming yourself or any of that. It's about noticing and becoming aware of it so you can make changes. So say you catch yourself on social media and you're like belittling yourself again for not doing more or not being more. It's like, wait a second, I'm doing it again. That is the time to send yourself some love. Give yourself a hug. Be like, I got this. I can do this too. And when I see other people winning, that means I can win too. Because remember, why not you? You can do it too. If somebody else is out there doing the thing you want to do, that means it's proof that it's doable and you can do it too. And when you have people in your life that maybe trigger you, like family or friends, and it's like, oh, why not me? It's going deeper. And I really would encourage you to grab a pen and paper or your journal and really ask yourself, why am I having such a hard time with this? Why can't I be happy for them? And a lot can come up. Maybe you learned something in your past, or maybe you're holding on to something, a belief, a thought about your own self, and just see what comes up for you. Because usually they trigger things. Like for me, I remember when my sister told us that she was pregnant, and I was just like in tears, like, and not in a good way, which I feel so bad about now. Why wouldn't I be happy for my sister? But deep down, I was longing to be a mom myself. Did I handle the situation well? Not at all. But I can't go back and undo that, but I can learn from it. And it's being, wait a second, that's her, to be happy for her. It was really driftwood, because shortly after all that, I also got pregnant and welcomed a beautiful, beautiful human into this world. So it's driftwood, it's things, but we as humans, we can react so not great and not in a loving way sometimes. And it's really getting, down in between the layers, like peel yourself back and really discover things like why? Why do you feel that way? And for me, I was just so crushed because I'm the oldest. That was one of the things. But then it also came to the fact that I was a people pleaser. I was doing everything I was expected to. Get married first, then have a family. And I was so stuck on other people's beliefs. So I had to let that go and really do things for me, and also celebrate the fact that other people do things in unique, beautiful ways too. So if you are beating yourself up for overreacting or just reacting in not a great, loving way, you can't go back in time, but you can learn from those moments. You can give yourself some love and be like, okay, I did not know enough then, but now I know better, so I can do better and I can show up in a more loving way. Now let's go back to our younger self. So, maybe you were at a really good place and then something happened. For me, I'm going to be real here. I'm always real, but I'm going to get in it for a second. So a couple of years ago, I got really fatigued, really tired, and I spent way too much time in bed because I just didn't feel good. Later on, I discovered it was candida overgrowth in my gut. So just too much yeast going on in my gut that was making me super fatigued. Now, fast forward to the healing, the changing, and all this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, where did Jody go? Because I spent a couple of years just healing my gut, really getting back to things that I've kind of lost that person I was before I healed my gut. And it can be really tricky sometimes because I had some really beautiful habits in place. I had these techniques to get through things. And at a point, I was like, oh my goodness, I've lost all that. And then as I let go of the person I used to be, something really beautiful happened. I realized that yes, that Jody, that person, that version of me no longer exists. But what does exist is a stronger, more grounded, and more just aware of myself and my body. Okay, so I've lost some of those things those tools that help me, but they're not really lost. I just kind of forgot about them. So it's, dusting them off. It's like finding things in the attic or a garage all in the corner, buried in dust and dirt and grime. Just dusting them off and redoing. And some of the things I forgot, they're coming back even stronger and more beautiful than I used to have them at all. And so it's knowing that, but it's also allowing yourself to let go of the version of yourself that no longer exists. It's like saying goodbye to a friend or a teacher, somebody that's come in your life and is now passing through. Maybe it's not it's not your bestie. It's somebody that's, showed up in your life, taught you a lesson, showed you something, and then left on their way. It's the same thing. We are constantly changing and growing. And that is something beautiful about life. So it's these moments of oh, I really love that about myself when I was younger. So take that with you, that part, and leave the other stuff behind. Because I remember my younger self in college in different areas. And there are definitely some things that I'm so glad that I got to let go of because they are no longer a part of me and they were not very empowering parts of myself. So as we grow and we pull back the layers and things happen, struggles come up, we trip, we fall, we get back up again. You are constantly becoming a different version of yourself. You're not changing really, but at the same time you are. You're not even reinventing. Just you're not the same as you were yesterday, a week ago, or a month ago, because you're constantly learning and growing. And that is a really cool thing. So when you can let go of that idea in your head of that person you used to be, keep the things that you really love about that, about your past self, your younger self. Let go of the things that are no longer serving you. And you'll really go to beautiful, amazing places. Believe me and trust me. I hope that helps. And don't forget about what Gabby Bernstein says about driftwood. When you see somebody else getting something you want, doing something you want to do, it is driftwood. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for listening. You are doing great big things by just showing up here and listening. If you want to go deeper, I have a course in self-love, and it's a self-paced, on-demand course that is waiting for you. You go there, you act on your own pace, and it takes you through every step so you can create a deeper, loving relationship with yourself so you can stop comparing and see yourself through the loving eyes that you see others. So you'll find the link in the description of this podcast, or you can find it at my website at jodymisiak.com under courses. I'm here for you. I'm rooting you on every step of the way. Thanks again for being here. Take care and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.